Hey, how's it going today? It's Saturday. We have a new day. What we're gonna be doing today? I thought we might be able to take a look at all the support and funding, or any other type of support available out there for different businesses. Perhaps collaborating opportunities. Perhaps there's a all kind of institutions offering a lot of support, right? Yesterday, I managed to find a couple of opportunities. As I go, I might find a couple more. Let's take a look at what is available out there. Within the studio, I'm going to be taking a look at raw materials, and let's try to understand this opportunity a little bit better. Let's start with the first opportunity. If anything, let's start even before we do any of that, right? I don't know what Europe is doing in the first place. Let's take a look at the top right corner, right? There's only American companies. I don't know if people are noticing. There's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So it's only American companies. So what Europe is doing, Europe is promoting American companies. What I'm saying is, this institution who is responsible for legal framework or anything, we cannot sort out this kind of problem. Do you have any European companies at the top right corner? Because they're responsible, or this institution, European Union, organization is making so hard for European companies to get into the market, so they're only promoting American companies. In a way, because it's very hard for technology companies and startups to begin within Europe or gain an attraction and everything. So that is worth noting there. From there, let's move to this call for innovation and education projects. Together, we can shape a strong, sustainable raw materials sector in Europe. Europe has set an ambitious goal of becoming a first carbon neutral. Okay. So there's a lot of information there. So I don't know. No, let's jump into the call without introduction. Let's try to understand what this opportunity is all about. Perhaps there's going to be something here. European Green Deal and the Critical Raw Material Act have put a tremendous spotlight on the new materials sector to deliver innovation, education, and new technologies at the unprecedented pace and scale. Europe is definitely making a lot of investments in different regions and developing a lot of regions. Perhaps this is what they're referring to, then not necessarily they themselves within Europe have access, but perhaps they're looking to gain access, not necessarily limited to Europe. Well, this is how I understood it. It will cause an industrial shift that puts the environmental social responsibility for human capital and efficient governance at the center of every business model practice. This transformation will lead to scalable of innovation has been and will turn in the industry into a powerhouse of innovation and change. Okay, they still haven't covered this. The EIT Raw Material Call for Innovation, Education and RIS project offers funding to project consortiums from the industry, research and education to scale up solutions linked to sustainable raw materials value chains in Europe. There are also funding opportunities for modern education programs to skill and train the new generation of talent and entrepreneurial minds, empowering them to be a driven force in Europe's raw materials sector. So myself, I have reached out to a number of these organizations that was shared on some of the European organizations' websites. I have reached out. There's no response yet. I don't know if we're talking about collaborating and working together. About EIT Raw Materials. The EIT Raw Materials Innovation Community is building a pan-European innovation ecosystem of raw materials that are essential for Europe's open strategic autonomy. So there is some names there. I'll skip those. If you want, you can check these people out, as well as establishing in 2015 all 300 partners. Okay, so it's been established for quite some time. So I'll try to reach out and see if I'll get response from any of those people and what will be the process of working together. I'm still trying to understand it and perhaps share my ignorance about what this call is all about. EIT RawMaterials is the world's largest raw material consortium with over 300 partners and provides a collaborative environment for disruptive and breakthrough innovation by connecting business with academia, research, and investments. It also invests in the future generations of innovators for the raw materials sectors throughout innovative, ranging from education of school students to higher qualifications of student professionals. Latest success stories from IT materials community. So there are some projects, but I don't know these projects, right? Well, perhaps those projects are great projects and it's something that they have received funding for. Great, right? There's a number of those. I'll just perhaps share just a few of those. So they still trying to promote the products, the services over here on this company's website. I'm still trying to find out what this call is all about. Okay. Now I think we're getting somewhere, right? Who can apply? All organizations that are eligible for funding under European Horizon Euro program can apply. You do not have to be an existing partner organization at EIT RawMaterials to apply for funding, but you can become one. You will gain access to valuable sources of expertise and or potential collaborations. They will work with you and or help build your consortium in and apply for funding. Okay, good. We also encourage our partners and stakeholders. This is what they're saying. Perhaps from what I'm getting, I don't know if it's true. Perhaps these people are going to be very complicated. That's what sense that I'm getting. I prefer than doing business, getting straight to the point, right? So far, some of the UK companies are winning. It's hard to admit that since there's a lot of words, but I don't know. Hopefully, this organization can perform and deliver. We also encourage our partners and stakeholders from industry, research, and education, including startups and SMEs, to submit new project proposals. These projects should demonstrate how they will impact significantly on the European industrial competitiveness, innovation capacity, and human capital, as well as empower students and or entrepreneurs advancing circular economy and the green air and digital transformation goals for the European Green Deal. Yeah. If it would be good, just feedback, right? It would be good if they would go straight to the point. They don't need to sell to me anything, right? It's really hard to try looking to sell this program to many people. That they should be engaged and do things right. Address perhaps marketing and do a little bit more marketing internally instead of using or taking advantage of opportunity of using American-based technology companies, and from there you can progress into developing your own projects, right? Perhaps it's worth mentioning some of those things. That's Europe, right? Strengthening sustainable innovation ecosystem across Europe. Raw materials, the Lighthouse program reflects the most pressing needs of raw materials value chain. Responsible sourcing Lighthouse leads to innovation in material exploration, responsible sourcing and processing of raw materials for Europe's green and sustainable material Lighthouse. So okay, so that's the name. Perhaps that's the name of the programs. I can do a little dive and try to understand some of those programs a little bit better. Self, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book. Within this book, I'm taking a look and looking to introduce as many people as I can what will be required in establishing and starting your own livestock enterprise. Within this book, I'm sharing so many different examples, which would definitely help you to bring your understanding up to the level where you would be able to do it. If anything, I'm focusing a lot on the first milestone that would be working from zero, where everyone starts, up to a first milestone that would be 10,000 euros, dollars, pounds, and how you can achieve it. In this book, I'm sharing so much information which I personally believe would benefit everyone. If all people out there who are interested in learning more about sustainable living, you can find it. QR code in the corner, company's website below. This current opportunity that I'm discussing right now, it's live as we speak, and I'll share some dates, right, where they would ask you to send your proposal and what will the process be in more detail, and There might be some back and forward, and or if you first before doing anything, you would like to reach out to your project team and see if they could advise you on the process a little bit better. What, if anything, we're taking a look at raw materials and how you can potentially source those. Myself, I have found professional who can build or have experience building his own facilities when it comes to working with certain areas like battery technologies, as well as he had done a lot of work working for different companies. I think it's over 3 or 4 different projects where it comes to developing or working on different battery technologies. So I find a person, as well as I have found facilities where he could potentially work. Right now, perhaps I would need to source raw materials, as well as I'm gonna need to source finance to make things happen. Right? Nice, nice and easy and simple. Right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.